Hi everyone, I'm Jackie. Welcome back to the channel. We are enjoying life's journey while on the path to financial freedom. Welcome back to another weekly paycheck to paycheck budget with me. We are going to be budgeting out first paycheck of the month of August, which is for the 2nd, and we're going to be projecting out the paycheck for the 9th. So the 2nd we're going to actually do based on the real numbers that my husband got on his paycheck, and then on the 9th we're going to project based on what we think he's going to make. So if you're interested in that, let's jump on the Excel. All right, so if you watched at the beginning of the month, I did the budget plan with you. I'm actually going to make a few changes based on some things that my husband and I have discussed. So I'm going to make those first to the monthly budget here, because I want to make sure that that's adjusted as well. So this happens sometimes. You want to change it ahead of time. So this, our 12.5%, we're actually going to change it down to 12%. So I'm just going to update this. We want to do more than that eventually, but you know, we have a few other things that we're trying to do. Our giving, we're going to leave it to 5%, and then necessities, we're actually raising it up to 65%. And the reason we're doing this is because if you guys saw our tour of our house, we still need a TV stand, nightstands for the bedroom, a dresser. So we're trying to make sure that we can cash flow these things, that we're not, like, you know, charging them on the credit card when we don't have the money for them. So we want to cash flow those. So we definitely want to make sure we can make some progress, at least with one item a month. So we're going to shoot to get our TV stand this month. So I'm going to change this to the 65% because that should allow us to do that. All right, so then if I look here, that gives us some extra money right here within that account, and so that's why I wanted to put into the household. We wanted to get that TV stand, so we wanted to do $300 towards the TV stand. Well, that leaves us like another $9.22, so we'll just put that in the personal care for that. So everything else we're going to leave the same from what I budgeted with you guys before, I believe. Maybe the gas is a little different. We're going to do $250 for gas. So the debt payoff, we're actually going to change this. 8% is what that was. Okay, I was trying to remember what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to change these. So this month is going to be a little different, like I said, because we just have some other goals that we are trying to reach. So we're going to do this, and again, we're just putting everything extra towards the mortgage. We've decided to do that. I'm going to start sharing with you guys a monthly update on our mortgage payoff, and so you can see just how much that this money saves us in interest. It's a huge amount. It's like insane. Okay, so now I've adjusted the monthly budget, so the monthly budget is back. I feel good where that was. I might have changed this so I have the movies. I don't know if I had that on there with you guys before. Okay, so now the monthly budget is updated properly based on speaking with my husband. So that's usually what we do, is I do the budget and then I present my husband with what we're thinking, and then we make changes. So sometimes you have to make changes to the overall budget before you even start doing it. So now let's jump on to the 2nd. So for the 2nd, my husband got his base pay of $790, and for the 8th, we're expecting the $790. The other thing I'm going to do is open up these from gray to white, because these are we know he'll have this, and myself, we're going to open up these here. Now the cash back will probably be, we usually get that around the 5th or so. And the interest, we usually get around the 25th, so I'm just going to line it up with the 30th here. Okay, so we see I have some things populating. I'm going to come to those in a minute. I'm going to just focus on the income first. So the overtime for this week for my husband was $829.64. If you notice, a lot of times when I'm speaking this, I end up doing the numbers backwards. So I apologize for that. Next week, we're anticipating his overtime to be $711.12. This week, I'm not anticipating any income on my end, but next week, I'm anticipating $177.50. For the cash back, I'm actually going to leave this blank because I was just estimating $10.30. I really have no idea yet. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it and join me next week, and we'll see what it actually ends up being. So then if we come on down here, we can see that the 401k, the 8% for my husband's 401k is already populated for me. So then what I do is I just double check that that's what actually came out of the check, and that was. So These I'm actually going to make black because those are our amounts there. So basically you can see here in the within pay ourselves first, we have this amount left. So that's what we're going to just put into the emergency fund. This might change slightly. I might end up buying one more, share of a stock in my Robinhood account, but we're not going to do that yet. As of right now, it's just going to go into the emergency fund. And then we come down, 5% has been split up between the gifts and the donations. We're going to leave that for now. This emergency fund, I'm going to go ahead and make orange because this is money that we have now. Same thing with the giving money. This is money that we have now. I just need to transfer it to the savings account. And then coming on down to our necessities, like I said, we're going to do 65% now. So our taxes, let's see, this is what actually came out of my husband's paycheck this time. So I'm going to make these black because those are already gone. And this was $5.95, and for next week it should be $5.59 as well. My percent here for federal has gone up a little bit from what I've been projecting in the past, so I'm going to leave that higher across the board, and if it's lower then great, but otherwise that's kind of what we're projecting out for taxes. And then coming down for this week, we're going to do the full grocery budget of $420, and that way we have the money on hand. I'm starting to try to purchase like 2 weeks worth of groceries roughly at a time, so we'll kind of see that. I actually filmed my last grocery haul where I spent $84 that week because I know some people were interested in what we purchased, so stay tuned for that video if you're interested in that. Alright, so this week what we're actually going to be doing, so you see here I have some things that auto-populated for next week, so that's good. So Ricky's needs his $140 out of this paycheck, so we want to make sure he has that. And then that leaves us with $183.06 that we can use towards the gas. So that tells us next week we're going to have to use some money for the gas as well. And the truck payment, we're not going to take anything out of this paycheck yet. Oh, you know what? You guys, I'm all over the place right now. Alright, I'm actually going to take this out real quick because I forgot the girls' commission jobs. We want to do those first. So we have my daughter's 8 and 4. And they can do that out of next week as well. Alright, so now that leaves us $171.06. So we have $171.06. And so if we have 250, got my calculator, 250 minus the 171.06 is going to be 78.94. So if you see here, I have 250. So again, that doesn't mean this is being spent that week. It just means I have the cash available to then purchase those items at that time. And then if I look down for this particular week, we're going to go ahead and put this $231.87. We're going to put that towards the truck payment. And again, we're not actually physically making that payment on the truck yet. We're going to wait. The truck payment comes out automatically on the 5th of the month. So this money will be in the account several weeks before it needs to be due. So that, most likely will finish out of the next paycheck. We're going to make these orange because we have those now. Okay, and then out of for the extra mortgage payment, we're going to put that $202.46 aside and the $209.83. So you see that was giving me the numbers there. So we're going to put that aside until we make the mortgage payment. Then lastly we have here is our fun category. So out of this, we're going to do eating out of both paychecks. I don't know how much yet. We're going to go ahead and do the movies because we're already doing the movies with the girls. And we're actually going to go with my friend Vicky. So we already have that planned out. Then we have date night. We will go ahead and do out of the second paycheck, so I'm going to put that there. Let's see all these other ones. So I'm going to go ahead and put out of this one, we'll put 100, what's left, the 1. And I had a viewer who told me that why I keep getting random cents here and there, so I have to figure out how to fix my formula. But until then, it's just, it is what it is. Oops. Alright, and then for next, so that now I want to finish out my eating out budget. So we have 176, subtract the 111.97. So out of the next week, we would be doing the 64.78. And again, this isn't money, it's not spent that week, it just means we have that money on hand so that then we can choose how much to spend. So if we went crazy and spent $100 that week eating out, well then guess what? The other weeks are going to be slim. But if we had 160 for the month, we divided that by our 5 weeks. Ideally, we don't want to spend more than maybe 35 bucks a week to eat out, but we'll have to just see how that ends up playing out. So if you see here on this one, I have $3.07 left, so we're going to put that towards the Netflix payment, and then the rest of it will come out of the following checks. Alright, so join me every single Friday as we budget out the week's paycheck and then project out the next paycheck. I'll catch you next week so we can see if I projected out correctly. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye!